Hi folks, this is a simple tutorial to show you how to use the tube sheet mapping feature that's within the EasyLogPro software program. So the first thing that you have to do is find the icon on your desktop, double click it, and it will load the EasyLogPro software. Now I'm going to show you an existing file which has already been analyzed and already reported. This is a chiller, which has been a partial inspection, and you can see that there's quite a few tubes that have been inspected. And if we look at the report, you can see that some of these tubes have been recorded as certain percent loss, and they range all the way from 30% to 74% in this case. So the first thing you do when you want to look at this data within the tube sheet mapping program, you go to the tools menu and select tube sheet map. The tube sheet map will pop up, and these green tubes down here are the only ones that have been inspected, and you'll see that within those we've already identified the ones that have got, in this case, 30% loss, in this case 63%, and here is 88%. So now what if we want to know where those defects are down the length of the tube? So we need to look at the side view of this exchanger, and we do that by going back to the tools menu and select heat exchanger view. And here's the heat exchanger view here. Within this we can zoom in and out. You see it just populated now, the tube support plates. And if we zoom in on this, you can zoom it, you can move it around with a right click and drag. You can change the position of these tube support plates by accessing the settings menu and changing these values. So the heat exchanger length, the tube support plate actual spacing in inches, and the tube support plate thickness measurement. And then it will automatically calculate the number of support plates that are at that distance apart and position them on the graph. So in this case, we've got 4 support plates, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2 tube sheets, 1 at each end. Okay, so now if you want to zoom through the tubes, you can hold down this button and you'll see little icons identifying where those local pits are located. This is the front tube sheet, this is the back tube sheet. We can actually reverse that view if you want to, so it'll do it from the back side instead of the front. You can also do a screen capture if you want to identify anywhere on this heat exchanger for your report. So all of the gray tubes, by the way, are not inspected. Green ones have been inspected, and they are nominal wall thickness with no more than 10% wall loss down their length. Now, if you want to zoom in and see only the defects, you can do this. And you can still zoom in and out. So some of those will disappear as we go past them, and they'll reappear as we zoom back out. But if you wanted to do sort of an overview of where all the defects are, you can zoom back out to where you see all the defects. Maybe you want to do a screen cap, you just click the screen cap button and tell it where to save it. And it's a default location there that will capture all of those. And now you can put that in your report and say, okay, here's the front tube sheet where we did our inspection from, here's the back tube sheet, and the defects are grouped between tube sheet number 1 and tube sheet number 4. If you want to change the color palette, you can use these colors here, or you can match the colors that are in the legend for the end view, which is what we would recommend. So once you're happy with all the colors, you can just apply that. You can then go back to the full tube view or just the inspected tube view. And that's about it, folks. It's a really simple program, very nice way to image very quickly where the defects are located down the length of the tubes. Thank you for your time and attention today. We'll talk to you soon.